And if you have a laptop, tablet. Do you pay for a data plan on your phone? Do you pay for a data plan on your tablet or your laptop? Do you pay for home internet? Netflix subscription, Hulu, Amazon Prime, all right? You think about the cost of all of these things. It's thousands and thousands of dollars a year, okay? We're not stupid people. We would not spend thousands and thousands of dollars a year on all these gadgets and services if they didn't bring us some benefit. If there wasn't some utility. If there wasn't some way that they made our lives easier. Of course there's benefit. Of course, yeah. Oh, okay. Of course they make our lives easier. That's why we pay for it. But the thing is that those benefits to us are very obvious. They're easy to understand. And so it's not that the benefits are something we can talk about, we get them. But it's just be aware of what trade-offs those benefits require. What are the trade-offs those benefits require? That's the important question to ask. But one benefit that I will highlight. We know the emphasis that our religion gives on, or places on, maintaining family ties. You know, I was growing up, I used to watch the Jetsons and they would have video phone calls. We used to say, like, man, I wonder if I'm going to live long enough to see that type of technology. Now my kids don't know how to answer a real phone. They only know how to make FaceTime calls. They only know how to video chat. And so things that were more difficult, like staying in touch with extended family, become easier. Now you can have the family WhatsApp. You can do these different things to stay in touch and strengthen those ties. So those types of benefits are there as well. Now someone else might say, well, okay, you know, I get it. But I would rather just stay away from all of this. It's just not worth it. You know, I'm a very pragmatic person. The consequences outweigh the benefits. I'm just going to stay away from it. And I would say that's fine. You can do that in your personal life, but most people aren't going to make that decision. And so we need to be aware of how to interact and how to deal with it. And so with that in mind, I'll share with you a couple of, or 4 specifically, action items. Okay, brother, what's the solution? Here's the solution. 4 things. Okay? Number 1. Actions are judged by their intention. Again, super basic, we all know it. Why are you following somebody? Why are you liking that person's photo? Why are you commenting on that person's status? Why are you posting what you're posting? Stop and ask yourself. Now this doesn't mean that you go home and all of a sudden your Facebook feed becomes one eye of Quran every day. That's not what I'm trying to get anybody to do. But what I'm saying is you want to share something from House of Highlights because it was funny, like do that, but just be aware, like, yeah, I'm doing it for entertainment with my friends, that's fine. But just know why you're doing it. And be okay with why you're doing it. And the more that you're able to slow down and assess your intention, the more successful you'll be. But again, the challenge is speed. Because when everything's fast, it's harder to stop and pause. It's harder to stop and like, why am I posting this? Stop and ask yourself before you do that. Number 2 is to unfollow. Unfollow. So number 1 is intent, number 2 is unfollow. What value are you getting from the people that you're following? What value are they providing? When you're checking your phone 45 times a day and you're seeing this person's updates, why are you letting them into your life? What value do they add to your daily life? And if they're not adding value, if they're constantly complaining or posting negative things or posting bad things, then delete them, mute them, block them, unfollow them. Ruthlessly. Don't be aware, oh, they're going to get upset and forget it. It's too much, your time and attention is too much of a premium. Unfollow ruthlessly. So intent, unfollow, unplug. Unplug. Find times to step away. Now that doesn't mean that you suddenly like deactivate your Facebook account and downgrade to like a flip phone. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But what I am saying is find ways to intentionally break that habit. So it might be that for 30 minutes after I wake up, I'm not going to use my device. For 1 hour before I go to bed, I'm not going to turn anything on. Maybe it's at mealtime. Whatever the case may be, find intentionally that pocket of time where you unplug. So intent, unfollow, unplug, and the last is prioritize. Prioritize. Know what is of most value at a particular moment in time. So when you're sitting with your family eating dinner, that's not the time to check Instagram. When you're on a boring conference call at work, It's not the time to say, well, let me read this cool tafsir article someone sent me. I'm going to now be religious and take advantage of this time. Like, no, you're getting paid to be on the boring conference call. Deal with the boring conference call right now. That's why you're there. Do the other things at the other time. When you're in the waiting room at the doctor's office and you have nothing to do, then yeah, go wild. Check all your Instagram and Snapchat and all that stuff, because at that moment in time, there's not a more pressing concern. So always be cognizant that what has the most right on my time at a given moment, and prioritize that accordingly. The hadith that we quoted throughout the talk, I've compiled a small ebook, and it's actually got 40 hadith in total on social media. So it's got the hadith and a very brief, like one paragraph explanation of how it applies to social media and technology. You can get it from that URL there. You put in your email and it'll send it back to you. And if you'd like to, if you could just share your feedback, anything that you learned, anything that resonated, my email is here, and my social media is all at Ibn Abi Umar, except Snapchat and Facebook I don't really use anymore. So that's that. Jazakallah khair.
Very good.